Hi everyone, this is the Focus Spender, and today I'm going to be talking about 10 things you can do to avoid financial self-sabotage. But first, if you're new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe. My channel is all about getting out of debt, staying out of debt, organizing your personal finances, and increasing your net worth. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can at Focus Spender on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest as well. Or you can find me on my website, www.focusspender.com. Now let's get started. So I wanted to do this video because I feel like people think that I'm a magic unicorn and that they can't get out of debt, they can't manage their money because they're not me. Or they're not, someone else, or they don't make enough money, or there's so many reasons why people feel like they just can't get out of debt, they can't save more money, they can't invest. And I'm here to tell you, I'm not a magic unicorn, and there's nothing special about me except for the fact that I have always been someone naturally that likes to follow rules. So if you tell me, okay, this is the rule that you need to follow to get out of debt. Every single month you need to pay this off, and in this amount, I'm going to do it. That's just my nature. But that's probably the only thing that sets me apart from, other people in terms of getting out of debt and managing my finances. And I say this to say that even if you're not that type of person, there's no reason why you too cannot get your financial life in order. But I think what happens with people is that, they sabotage themselves. They start having a lot of negative self-talk where it's like, oh, I'm no good with money, and I just spend money like water. It's just like money comes in, money comes out. I don't know what I'm doing. And so you're constantly, feeding yourself these negative images, these negative talks, and then it's really hurting what you're doing to help you get out of debt and help you to save more and help you to invest. So what I want to talk about are 10 things you can do to avoid financial self-sabotage. And that really is, the triggers, like what is triggering you, keeping you from saving, investing, paying off debt. Because, you can set up your life in a way that if you avoid these triggers, you should be in a better position to reach your financial goals. So the first one is to use cash or debit. Now, a lot of people talk about, the cash system, like the money envelope system, and that's fine. But I know how I am. When I have cash, I just spend it. And it's not like I spend it wildly, but it's really hard for me to track what I'm spending. So I like to use my debit card to track how much money I'm spending. But for someone else, you might be the type of person that just swipe your debit card, but if you have cash, you're less likely to spend it. So you have to know which type of person are you. Are you a cash person where, spending cash will help you to spend less? Or are you a debit person where swiping will help you to spend less? Whichever one you are, figure it out and stick to it. The second one, and I should say these are in no particular order, is to put filters on your email. So what I do, I get a lot of emails from different stores that I like to shop at, and I like to just filter them into a folder called shopping on my email list, on my email. So for instance, Banana Republic outlet constantly has a 50, 40, 60% store-wide sale. It happens all the time. So instead of seeing those emails pop up and me thinking, oh my God, everything's on sale right now and it's not gonna be on sale tomorrow, I just put everything into a folder automatically. And when I'm in the store already, I go into that folder, I look for the company, and I look for the coupons that they happen to be offering at the time, because they literally always have coupons. So if you filter those emails into a folder, then you're not being bombarded with sales messages, but you can decide when you want to shop and who's having a sale at that time. The third thing you can do is to online shop or in-store shop. And again, this is really about what is your trigger. For me, I like to online shop because, if I'm going to go to Target and I want to spend $20 because I'm going to buy some contact lens solution, some toothpaste, and some soap, I am going to come out spending $120. The memes are always, memes are true for a reason. And so the memes about Target, you go in and you end up spending your entire paycheck. It's so true, because I walk into Target and I want to pick up everything. So for me, I just shop online. I go to walmart.com or I shop on Amazon, and I just reorder my personal items, and I'm not adding randomness to my shopping cart. And so whenever I'm ordering my personal care items for the house or for myself, I never spend more than $50 at a time, and those items will last me at least, 1 or 2 months. So figure out which one is your trigger and avoid it. So the fourth thing you can do, you can try a service like Instacart or any other company that will deliver your groceries. Because I know that another trigger for people is they go into the grocery store and they're hungry, so then they start picking up all these snacks on top of what they were planning for their meal. I feel like when you shop online for food, you're not gonna browse as much, and you're probably gonna be focused more so on the meals that you want to make. So then your shopping cart is a lot more targeted to those items as opposed to everything in the grocery store. Because I know when I shop at the grocery store, that's when I'm like, oh, this new sauce, maybe I can put it on this. Oh, this new jam or jelly or bread or meat or whatever. And then next thing you know, you're like, how am I spending so much money? And then on top of that, you're buying things that you may actually never cook. And so then you've wasted your money because at some point you might just end up chucking it. So if grocery store shopping is a trigger, try online grocery shopping instead. So the fifth thing I would suggest, and this is, a lot of people always suggest that you bring your lunch, you meal prep, and so that you can cook one time for the whole week. And for me, that's kind of tough. It really is hard for me to muster up the energy to do a whole meal prep and like cutting up things, and like it's Sunday and I have to cook all these meals, but I really would rather be hanging out somewhere as opposed to being home in the kitchen. So what I've been trying to do, and I've been getting, better at it, is just to double the amount of food that I cook at one time and try and cook more than one meal. So maybe, if I use an Instant Pot, and I'll leave a link to it below because I think Instant Pot is like the savior of all saviors. But like if I'm using my Instant Pot, instead of cooking 1 pack of chicken, I'll cook 2 packs of chicken. So now I have multiple meals over multiple days. I can use it for dinner, I can use it for lunch. If I'm gonna make tuna salad to make sandwiches, instead of using 1 can, I'm gonna use 2 cans so that it'll last a little bit longer. Things like that. Just cook larger meals, freeze it when you can, and then just use that over the week. So another thing you could do, so number 6, again, no order, is to change your route to work or just switch up your routine. So I know that for many people, if you live in a place like New York City, you get off at the same train station to go to work, you pass the same deli or bodega, and you just slip in and you get that bagel, you get that egg and cheese sandwich, whatever you do. Maybe it's time to get off at a different train station. Maybe it's time to use a different exit so that you're not running into your old habits of always going to that one store and always buying buying something in the morning or buying something after work. So the 6th thing you can do to avoid financial triggers, if you are someone that travels a lot because you cannot pass up a good flight deal and you want to, rein that in a little bit, I would say go ahead and turn off those flight alerts just for like 6 months or a year. Sounds like a lot, but if you really want to get your financial life in order, maybe right now is not the time to be taking those cheap vacations, which are cheap compared to paying full price. But if you need that money to pay off some bills, then maybe right now is not the time to go on vacation. So I would say turn off those flight deal alerts just for a time being so that you can get yourself back on track. So that leads me to number 8. So the 8th thing that I would say, which can be a huge trigger, is to delete your Instagram or your Facebook, even if it's just, again, temporarily, so you can have a reprieve. I know when I'm in Instagram, I constantly see, ads for random things, and I'm a sucker. Like, I am a complete sucker. If you have something pretty and you want someone to buy it, put it in my Instagram feed. I guarantee you, because I'm definitely going to click on it. I'm definitely going to go to the website. I'm definitely going to go see how much it costs. And then there's a 50% chance that I'm going to buy it. So if that is your trigger, I would say there's no way you can get around the ads in Instagram and Facebook. It's a free platform, and that's how they're going to make their money. So if you're falling into that trap where you're always buying things from those sites, turn it off for a little bit just so that you can catch your breath. So the 9th thing that I would say that you can do to avoid financial self-sabotage is to find a hobby. A lot of people go to the stores or go shopping when they're bored. and they just spend money because there's nothing else to do. So I feel like having a hobby is some way to help you avoid that financial self-sabotage, because it'll help you avoid shopping. But the only problem is you don't want to find a hobby that's really expensive or that comes with like spending a lot of money, because there are hobbies like that that get really, really costly. And so the 10th thing you can do to help avoid financial self-sabotage, I would say, is to tell your friends and family. You need to be honest with the people that are around you who are influencing you to spend. So tell your girlfriends, okay, you know what? I am not going to go to brunch every Sunday with you. Maybe we can take turns and have brunch at each other's homes so that it's a lot cheaper. But going out to brunch every week is just not going to happen, because that's like $50, $60 every single week, $240 a month, which is a whole bill. Tell your family, I have financial goals that I need help meeting, and maybe I can't go to everyone's birthday party, or if I do go to everyone's birthday party, maybe I'm not going to come with a lavish gift for every child, niece, nephew, aunt, whoever in the family. But you really have to be honest with the people that are around you so that you don't feel ashamed about spending less money, and that they can hopefully encourage you. And honestly, when you first start, they may not be that encouraging. They may also try and sabotage you, but the further you get along in your financial journey, the more likely it is that they're going to ask you a lot of questions and ask you to help them as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, be sure to share it on all your social media platforms. Click like, leave a comment below. Let me know what your financial triggers are, or things you do to avoid financial self-sabotage as well. Thanks. Bye-bye.